Big game breakdown here on Sportsbet. NBA on TNT tonight. The Denver Nuggets travel to Milwaukee. Bucks -3. That's been holding steady. The total's been bet up a little bit. It was 212 up to 212.5. Now we're looking at 213s as we record. And that's sharp money. That's coming across the board with the over money for this contest. Right now, you look at the standings. Denver 31-26. They're number 6 in the Western Conference. They're just 2.5 games. The Nuggets, just 2.5 games out of the 4 seed in the West and home court advantage in the first round. For Milwaukee, they're 32-24, very comparable record. They're number 4 in the East. That being said, they're only 2 behind the Cavs for the division lead and number 3 in the Eastern Conference. So despite comparable records, these two teams in slightly different spots right now when it comes to playoff positioning. But frankly, we were talking about tough outs in the first round. I don't know if either one of these teams is a team that anyone is going to want to play come April. Nuggets and Bucks, two teams with a lot of upside right now. Michael Malone, I've talked about his coaching. I've been continued to be impressed with Michael Malone and what he's doing with Denver. Think about this Nuggets team. They haven't had a couple of injuries. They've been besieged with injuries from day one. They brought in Paul Millsap, their big high-priced free agent. Oh, Paul Millsap's been out for 40 games. He's the all-star. He's the veteran leader. He hasn't been a factor. 12 different guys have started a game for the Denver Nuggets this year. I believe that's the most in the NBA. If this team ever gets all hands on deck, they might be really good. But, you know, when it comes to Denver, it starts with the big man, Nikola Jokic. One of the most underrated guys out there. Look at the real plus-minus. Only 2 guys in the NBA better numbers than Denver's big man. They're both pretty good centers, all-stars, and DeMarcus Cousins and Joel Embiid. Jokic hasn't gotten that kind of love. And you look at his numbers this year. Look at the assists. Besides the double-double, he's dishing almost 6 assists a game. Against San Antonio on Tuesday, 23 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists. Let's not forget, he's not just a low-post force. He's hitting better than 35% from beyond the arc. This guy's a stud. And the markets necessarily haven't picked up on it. Certainly the media hasn't picked up on it. Mike Malone has picked up on it, though. Here's his quote. Personally, I thought he was an all-star last year. From December 15th on, you look at the numbers he was putting up. I don't know if anyone in the NBA was putting up the numbers he was putting up. For us to play the way we've been playing without Paul Millsap, I mean, we gave that guy $30 million for a reason, and we've been able to weather the storm. How'd we do that? Nikola Jokic steps up. Impressed with Denver, and I like the quotes coming out of the Denver locker room heading into this final game before the All-Star break. Malone encouraging his team, don't look ahead just yet. Now, the Bucks, they have their All-Star. He hasn't been hurt. Greek freak, you know. But you wonder if he's going to get caught looking ahead to the weekend in L.A. Going to be a big weekend for a young player next week. 8 of the last 9 games, he's been on the floor for at least 34 minutes. He's been getting ample playing time, let's just put it that way. Milwaukee, you're going to hear it. All these great numbers under Joe Prunty, 9-2 straight up since they made the coaching change from Jason Kidd. What's that all about? Well, they're at 6-5 ATS. They've been minor money winners, not major money winners. But make no mistake about it. The 9-2, everyone's going to quote, oh, look how much better the Bucks are under Prunty. No, they're not. Look who they played. Bunch of losing teams. They're 8-0 straight up, 5-3 ATS against losing teams. During this span, they've gotten the Knicks twice, the Nets twice, the Magic, the Hawks, the Bulls, the Suns. We're talking not just bad teams. These are bottom feeders. There's 9 legit bottom feeders in the NBA this year. I don't know if the Knicks are legit bottom feeders, but they're pretty close. The rest of those teams all on that list for sure. And it looks like part of the success the Bucks have had with Prunty taking over. And maybe management looked at the schedule and said, all right, let's get our new guy in and get some confidence. But again, 1-2 straight up and against the spread during this whole span against teams with a winning record. Now, they have been playing defense. They've held 8 of the 11 teams that they've played, or in the games under Prunty, the teams have been held under 100 points. And they're certainly talking the talk. Here's Prunty's quote. It's guys making plays, making the extra effort, trying to get the right spot defensively to close out. I believe that. I also think that some of it's been the luck of the schedule draw. And it's a shorthanded Bucks team. They've been without Malcolm Brogdon. They're without Matthew Dellavedova. That's 2 key components for their backcourts. Starting center, John Henson, he's a big question mark tonight. But Jabari Parker certainly gotten into the flow of late. He had 18 minutes against Atlanta on Tuesday. And Tyler Zeller added some depth, 14 points, 8 rebounds in 23 minutes against Atlanta. So the one thing Prunty is doing right now is using this bench. That being said, you're not going to catch me laying with the Bucks tonight. If I'm playing, I want Denver plus the points, not Milwaukee minus. Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the games.